5 minutes, 30 seconds past the hour. 30 seconds to live.
This is Online Tonight.
We're taking your calls right now at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
Well, for starters, they've got eyewitness descriptions that pretty much match up. And it's not the first time he's done it.
Is he in trouble?
It's illegal to obstruct the workings of a civil agency. There are certainly fines involved, possibly prosecution.
Do they know his name?
The police are on it, and they'll eventually track him down.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Greatly appreciate it. Welcome to Online Tonight on this chilly Saturday. Here we got a lot of rain this past week, and parts of the country are due for some more snow. So that little groundhog forecast, right on the nose. This is episode number 2099 of Online Tonight. My name is Max Smart, and we talk about the latest in tech, pop culture, and more. More is pretty much anything except for politics. So think theme parks, food, pets, video games, movies. Coming up this hour, of course, we have our Geek Speak, which we have every hour. Our Bookmark This, which we have every hour. We've got some Apple beta news. One of my favorite candies is in the news, but it's not good news. And we have a review of the new series called 56 Days. But more importantly, the reason Online Tonight is here is to be your free tech support. I want to make your life easier when it comes to dealing with your everyday tech products. I love answering your questions. So you can contact the show in many different ways. You can call our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546 is the toll-free telephone number. I like this method the best because I always have follow-up questions. You can be my eyes and ears. We can do these things together. But if you're listening to the podcast or the archive on the website, maybe you're watching the archive of the YouTube video or of Twitch, then you can email me or you can use the text voicemail number. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW@onlinetonight.com. And the text voicemail number is 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. Again, that number, 951-395-1017. Victoria is producing the show. She's answering your calls. She's checking for the messages on all the different platforms and the chats on the visual platforms. Before we jump into Apple News, this portion of the show is brought to you by Paramount Plus. This streamer has become a serious contender in sports, and this month they're adding the UFC, the EFL, the UEFA, and the UFC are available with the basic streaming plan. But if you have the premium plan, you also get NCAA and the PGA. So those programs will be available to you. You can find out more about Paramount Plus by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/stream, onlinetonight.com/STREAM. And the show is also brought to you by my new line of pirate-themed merchandise. For our visual listeners, I'm holding up one of the T-shirts. This is the Hang the Code T-shirt. I don't know how that camera works. There we go. And we have shirts, hats, mugs, tote bags, stickers, things like that. So check that out at onlinetonight.com/store. All right, let's jump into a little bit of Apple news. The first beta of iOS 26.4 was released to developers and public testers, and it did not include Apple Intelligent Siri features. Many had expected the new Siri capabilities to be in this update. It's been long delayed, and there were rumors that it was going to be in 26.4. Now, this is the early beta, so it may still pop up in the release candidate before it goes public. But no one's really ever sure until Apple decides, what they're going to include in a version or not. Reports from Mike Gurman, he's a journalist. He previously said that Apple was targeting 26.4 for the upgraded Siri. Shortly before the beta release, there were reports that the Siri's update might miss 26.4 because, they signed a deal with Google, and maybe the interaction with Google and Gemini is not solid yet. So that could be why it's delayed. The new Siri could then arrive in 26.5, or it might have to wait until after the summer and show up in 27. So we don't know, but we've got our fingers crossed. I'm sure Apple will talk about Apple Intelligence at the Worldwide Developer Conference this coming June. They first talked about it in June of 2024 at the Worldwide Developer Conference there. And it has been expected pretty much every month since then. Some of the technical problems include slow responses, error processing requests, and reliability issues. Apple is testing the feature apparently internally on iOS 26.5, according to some leaks. Planned improvements include personalization, on-screen awareness, and deeper action across applications. Apple confirmed that the updated Siri is expected sometime this year, 2026. iOS 26.4 will allow third-party AI chatbots to work with CarPlay. So if you're a CarPlay user and you are like I am, I'm constantly telling my personal assistant, I'm not going to say the name because sometimes it fires it off. I was actually watching a program the other day, and my phone started searching whatever the guy on television was talking about because he said the SIRI word. So I'm going to try not to do that too much. What I do is I push the button and it pops up. My Apple Intelligence pops up, and then I say, search ChatGPT for this, because half of the time when I ask it without doing that, it says, I don't know, or I can't show you that in the car or whatever. So voice-based apps such as ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini, they could be used through CarPlay. Apple added support for voice-based conversational apps in CarPlay developer guidelines starting in 26.4 iOS. The new voice control screen will show visual feedback while users interact with the AI assistant. Developers must update their apps and obtain a special entitlement to enable CarPlay support. Developers know what that means. Previously, CarPlay limited AI interaction mostly to its own Apple Intelligence, and that restricted apps to help reduce driver distraction. The chatbots will work hands-free and cannot control vehicle systems or iPhone functions. There is no wake word for third-party assistance. Users must manually open the app first on the CarPlay screen. So it'll be a tile or a button that you can push there. Once launched, the chatbot will run through the vehicle-optimized voice interface. So using the built-in speakers, the built-in microphone that's usually above you. iOS 26.4 is currently in beta and is expected to be released in the spring. Very quickly, you may or may not know this, but Apple was using their own cellular modem in a couple of their latest phones. I believe the iPhone Air was one of them. And everybody was wondering how it was going to perform and things like that. Well, apparently there has now been a reported hardware failure. It's called the C1X 5G modem chip, by the way. And again, it's in the iPhone Air. It's the first phone that used the in-house modem instead of Qualcomm's X75, which had been used all the way through the iPhone 16 lineup. Apple began developing its own modem technology after acquiring Intel's smartphone modem business in 2019. So it's been a few years since they've had Intel's intellectual property, and then, only last year they released the chip. The issue was described by a Reddit user who reported that the phone suddenly lost all cell signal. Troubleshooting steps like restarting soft reset and network reset didn't fix the issue. The phone was using a dual SIM with 2 carriers, suggesting that the issue was not carrier related. Hardware baseband failures are rare, and a small number of defective units can occur, of course, when anything is mass produced. There is currently no evidence that the problem is widespread. Apple typically collects affected devices for analysis when new technology is involved. Apple is expected to continue developing its modem in future models. It's rumored to be included in the iPhone 17e and some of the other devices that are rumored that are coming up, like the iPhone 18, and some other devices might use the second generation version of that chip called the C2. Very quickly, Meta plans to jump into the smartwatch business later this year. They want to build a health tracking and AI device. The project revives a smartwatch effort that the company canceled in 2022 during spending cuts as it was in the Reality Labs department. Is this something you might be interested in? Are you using smartwatches? What brand? I'd love to hear from you. 1-800-39-ONLINE. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lick and Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are gonna love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lick and Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and of course, on their website at vitacraft.us.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
The Native community is big for me. Makes me feel good to pass on our Rapo traditions. My kids love going up to the Sundance. I like to tell people the Sundance is about family. It's about the tribe. It's not just about the dancer. It's kind of like life. As a Sundancer, I'm just one spoke in the wheel. I need my family there. I need my role models. I need my people there, especially my children. Coming in that door, my family is ready to see me and they believe in me. Before, I'd never seen that from my people. But now when I walk in that door and I see those smiling faces and they're happy to see me, that's special. With my 4 kids, all I ask for them in rapid ways is health and happiness. Nothing more, nothing less.
Never stop being a dad. That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Geek Speak. Geek Speak.
All right, this hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very ears, is disk image. Disk image. Powered by Anchor. I'm so excited that Anchor has launched their new Nano wireless car charger. That means that your phone is held securely within view using the QI2 certified 15-watt wireless charging pad. Plus, the wireless charging pad is detachable. And the charging head rotates 360 degrees and it tilts 45 degrees. That way it can help you get the most comfortable viewing angle. Now, you shouldn't be touching your phone or watching videos or anything while you're driving. Maybe use it for maps. And in certain states, even that's becoming problematic. If it's on your windshield and it's a distraction, you could get a ticket. So be careful. You can check out all the great Anchor products out there by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/ANKER. Now, disk image. A disk image is a file that contains an exact copy of your disk drive, whether it's a hard drive, a spinning one, or an SSD. It has all of the contents right there. So it replicates all the data from the source disk, including the folder structure, any hidden metadata, the format type, whether it's MRB or GUID, and if it has an EFI partition or some safety backup partitions, has all of that. So since the disk image contains a file system, an operating system must first mount one as an individual volume or a virtual disk before it can access the data. Making a disk image on a computer, you can use a hard drive or an SSD, as I mentioned, is common in backups, allowing you to restore the entire disk in the event of a data corruption and other disasters. macOS has software installed that will help you create what's called a DMG, right? Windows, for their backup, uses WIM or WIM. There are other extensions like ISO or bin. You might know ISOs if you're going to make a CD, as an example. Digital forensic professionals use disk images to examine the contents of disks without changing or damaging the original version. So if you are visited by the FBI or one of those 3-digit government agencies and they take your hard drive, they make a disk image of it first so that they can poke around at it without affecting the original drive that was in your machine. So there you are. That is this hour's Geek Speak. Disk image. Disk image.
Online tonight.
All right, the phone lines are open. 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. That gets you right into our broadcast Bionic Caller One system. It's a great system. And don't forget, you can follow me on X and Instagram. I use the same account name on both platforms, at Max Smart Radio, at Max Smart Radio. And I have been posting more often, a couple times a week now. So let me know what you think. If you want me to include some other details, maybe some podcasting tips or VO tips or 3D printing tips, I'm always happy to post things. So just let me know what you're interested in. Miss Victoria.
Yes. We have a listener question. This comes in an email from someone called Newbie in NYC. I just got my first Apple Watch, and so I'm learning a little about it every day. Just getting used to using the normal things like notifications and messages without reaching for my phone. I feel like there's a lot to learn. Do you have any tips for things I maybe wouldn't come across on my own?
Well, I mean, I don't that you might not come across on your own. I'm not really sure if that. Hold on one second. Okay. I don't know if you'll come across these or not, but I'm going to give you a couple of the basic ones that I found really useful when I first started with my watch. There are tons of tips and tricks, and I'm sure we can find you a list of a lot of them, but some of the ones I find most valuable. And one of them isn't even on your watch. Some of them you have to go onto your phone to do. So first, on your watch, if you double press the crown, the digital crown on the side, it shows all the open applications. So let's say you were checking your sports scores or the weather or your messages or whatever. You can then quickly switch between them, or you can flick them to make them go away, very similar to what you do on your iPhone. So you can double click on the digital crown, see what's running, and then you can easily switch between them, or you can close them so that they're not using any resources on your watch. Another one is, and this was the one that was bothering me for a while, and that is I didn't like the layout of where the icons were. And I'm thinking, well, if I hold it down and I get the little wiggly bubbles, I should be able to move them around, right? Well, no. You have to go to the app, the watch app on your iPhone. But when you're there, you can rearrange those apps the way you want. So maybe you want to keep your sports stuff near the top and you want to keep your lifestyle things near the bottom, like weather and maps and things like that. Maybe you want to have those around the bottom. And then on the edges, you want to have maybe your media player, like Apple Music or whatever you're using. So you use your iPhone watch app to move those things around. So that I found very interesting, because I was trying to do it on the device. I was trying to do it on the watch itself, and it didn't work. And then this one I used recently, and I found this to be one of the most valuable. There's a Find My button app, and you can click on it, and it will beep your phone. It will make your phone ring, even if it's on silent and do not disturb. It will, in some cases, even flash the camera light, which is, good if it's not loud enough, or maybe it's muffled because it's in a bag or something, but you can see the light flashing. That was really, really, really good. And then if you work out, I'm not one of those workout people, but if you're one of the people who works out and you are kind of upset with the countdown timer, you can just skip it. There's a skip button. There's a ton more, and I don't want to overburden you with all the different things. I want you to enjoy your watch. I want you to naturally kind of learn. But there are a lot of really good tips on how to use it. One thing I will share with you that I find fun, because I'm a Disney fan, if you use Minnie or Mickey as your watch face and you double click on it, on the watch face with Minnie and Mickey, they will, in their own voice, tell you what time it is. So there you go. There's like 5. Hopefully that helped. If you have any more questions or you want more tips about that, let me know. If you're not listening live and you want to submit a question, just like Newbie from New York City did, you can email the show@onlinetonight.com. See how easy we make it? If you want to email the show, use show@onlinetonight.com. We think that's helpful. Also, if you want to text or leave me a voicemail, 951-395-1017, 951-395-1017. And then very quickly on the Apple Watch, if you're a Rivian owner, then the Apple Watch will now show you the charge of your batteries right there on the watch face. So that's pretty cool. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. Sumerian Collection.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. LoveYourMindToday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown. Never let kids' toys take over the house. And never fill your feed with kid photos. You'd never plan your life around their schedule. Never lick your thumb to clean their face. And you'd never let them leave the house looking like less than their best. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it. Never let them stay up too late. And never let them run wild through the grocery store.
Peanut on aisle 6. And aisle 3.
So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Looking Looking around for the phone number? It's 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
We have everything under control. We're on top of it.
Hey, this is Online Tonight. My name is Max. Thank you so much for including me in your day or your evening or during your travels. However you listen, I greatly appreciate it. I love giving you free tech support, so I hope that you'll call in. That's what I'm really here for. Use our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. If you're listening to the podcast or watching one of the archived shows, you can reach out via email or our text voicemail number. The email, show@onlinetonight.com, and the text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. Just before we jump into our series review, I wanted to quickly mention how cool I think the Govee Neon Rope Light 2 is. It looks just like a neon sign. It's got incredibly shapeable neon light strips with unique bend clips that help you make those great corners and angles in your custom styles. Comes in two sizes, a 10-foot and a 16.4-foot box. You can learn all about Govee's products by using our website, onlinetonight.com/Govee. That's onlinetonight.com/GOVEE.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
My name is Max.
My name's Victoria.
And we want to share with you our thoughts on a fairly graphic series. It's called 56 Days, rated TVMA on Prime Video. It has violence, drug use, nudity, adult relations, crime. It has kind of two storylines. And Miss Victoria will tell you in just a minute who's in it. But I just want to touch base on the two storylines. A girl who meets a guy, and they become a couple. In fact, she even moves into his place. And then there are the detectives who are trying to figure out this crime during a period of days or day when the couple is not around. All right, you want to share who's in it, and then we'll get a little bit more into the premise?
Sure. So the main people who play the couple are people who are pretty well known to us. We've interviewed them, in fact. One is Avan Yogia. He plays Oliver Kennedy. We know him from the Nickelodeon teen show, Victorious.
And we didn't he wear that funny hat on the cruise ship? Yeah.
Yes. And the other one is Dove Cameron, who we've talked to more than once, who plays Sierra Wise, and we know her from Liv and Maddie.
Liv and Maddie.
So we have one Nickelodeon person and one Disney person.
Yeah, okay. And what's my favorite? What's my favorite line?
Maddie, no.
Not sports ball game going.
Yeah.
Maddie, no. Not sports ball game going. My favorite line. I have that on my phone. Go on.
Okay. Then we have the two detectives. One is Lee, and she's played by Carla Souza, and the other is Carl, and he's played by Dorian Missick. And then we have supporting players as well, including Kira Gulowen, who plays Jane Miller.
No idea who that is.
Yeah. I don't recognize any other people, I believe, that are in the cast. Anyway, did you know that this is based on a book?
I assume it had to be based on something.
Well, the interesting thing is that it was written by a famous crime novelist. And she's Irish.
And her name would be?
I'm not sure which one of these people who's credited as writer.
Come on. All right, so it's based on a book from an Irish person. That makes sense because they made such a big deal out of St. Patrick's Day.
Right. But the original story takes place in Ireland, and they meet just before the COVID lockdown. And so the reason that they end up moving in together after they've only just met is because of lockdown. So they move in together during the first days of lockdown, and that's
Sure.
when the story.
All right, so this is actually not. This does not take place in Ireland. It does not take place.
Takes place in
during
Boston,
COVID.
which some people would consider Irish.
Well, that was I was going to ask you. Are you sure? It is Boston. It's not Rhode Island. It's definitely in Boston. I guess so because the journalists went to BU. The cops are with the Boston Police Department or whatever. So I guess that makes sense.
And the building is in Seaport, and there's known places here. They talk about places in Boston. This is very interesting because it's
a
told.
mystery.
It's told in a weird order. You want to talk about that?
It's like a Tarantino film. It's not backwards. It's almost like, did you watch Westworld? You didn't watch Westworld. And so what is interesting about Westworld is we actually see 30 years. And sometimes you're in this decade, sometimes you're in this decade, and sometimes you're in this decade. And you're not really sure.
Mm.
Sometimes you can figure it out. Like when you see the dark-haired guy with the beard, then you know that's 30 years earlier because he's also, I'm going to wreck it for people who haven't seen Westworld, he's also the man in the black hat.
That drives me crazy when things jump around like that without telling you.
Okay. All right. So that Westworld did not tell you.
Yeah.
This tells you. So it'll say day 1 when they meet. And then today, which is current day, is when the cops have found the mystery and are trying to solve the problem.
Okay, we can say because
We
that's
can?
that's because that's central to the whole plot. There is a body.
There's a murder.
Yes, there's a body
Or maybe
discovered.
somebody just slipped into the horribly wrong bathtub.
Right.
That's
It-
possible.
There's a body discovered in basically a human soup in a bathtub. So what's left of the body, basically a skeleton and a bunch of goo.
All right. I want to try to keep this as clean as possible.
Okay, but
56 days, rated TVMA for
But so the-
extreme violence.
so we
Go
at the
ahead.
very beginning, we don't know who the killer is, but we also don't know who the murdered person is. We don't know who the victim is. So as we go through the days, we are meeting all of these characters and getting to know them and trying to figure out on our own who is that and who did they find. And we're seeing in real time, like the cops are trying to figure it out too. But then we're also seeing the story going on where we're learning more about all the characters at play. And so it's very interesting.
Yeah, so it does skip around. Like we're on episode 4 or 5, and we are seeing day 32 and today, but we do get some flashbacks to day 10 or 16, and so you kind of have to keep a watch. This is not one of those ones where you can kind of watch it with your head down. You got to watch to see what day we're in because we are skipping around. We went from day 20 to day 6 to day 10 just in one episode. Back to today where we have to deal with the police detectives who are trying to figure all of this out, and therefore that's where we are. Go ahead.
And also we have like trying to determine motives for things because we see some things happen and it kind of influences how we change our minds about who might be the victim or who might be the killer as we go through these scenes and learn more. So it's like piecing together a puzzle of soup.
All right, again, very quickly, I'll get through the whole thing this time. 56 days, rated TVMA for strong language, drug use, nudity, etc. Available on Prime. So, and they are 50 so minutes apiece. Like they're 51 minutes. One of them's 46 minutes, but in general, they're around the 50-minute mark. And we're just over halfway done. Any final words, Victoria? Go.
No, there's 8 episodes total.
And we're halfway through.
And I'm enjoying it. It's a head scratcher.
Okay. We have lots of theories. We have theories. But I like how Dove Cameron's character is fairly honest with some people about what she's actually doing and that she knows about some of the stuff that's going on. And there's a lot of little different players.
A lot of secrets.
Did you mention that he's working at an architect and that she works at a cloud company?
No, I didn't.
Are those not important?
Yeah.
All right. 56 Days, rated TVMA, so 18 plus on Amazon Prime. Let us know what you're watching and check this one out if you have time. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Earns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvorns.com.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Our research team has found a perfect solution to solve any man's ED problem, erectile dysfunction. Even the word is a bummer. And those pharmacy pills are expensive. But when you call our special toll-free number, you can always buy 40 to 50 pills for around $2 each. At your pharmacy, you could spend up to $65 for just one pill. Our price is around $2, and our formula works virtually the same as the expensive pills. We even deliver them to your door in a confidential package so you don't have to go anywhere. Just pick up the phone and order 40 to 50 highly effective ED pills for around $2 each. It's a no-brainer. You'll save hundreds of dollars and you'll have our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call now to order 40 to 50 ED pills with no prescription for around $2 each.
Call Steelman now at 800-764-9168, 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Mama, What does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
And wolf?
Oh, a wolf.
Ooh! What about the tiny dog? Cat? Owl? Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale?
Whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, every hour we try to give you a website that you'll find fun, educational, or at least entertaining. This one is, and I hope I say it right, veritablevegetable.com/citrus-guide. Veritablevegetable.com, that's all one word, that's a lot of letters. /citrus-guide. I will put the link on the show notes. So look for show number 2099, hour 1. Go down to the bookmark this. You can click on it. It'll take you right there. We're at peak season for citrus right now. And here's a handy guide to the different types of citrus that you might find available in your local stores. I didn't know there were so many different varieties and types. And I learned quite a bit there. Like key lime, regular lime, lemon, oranges, sumos, navels, tangerines, grapefruit. I mean, there's, lots of stuff. I can't even list them all, and the website's not right in front of me, but it could be right in front of you. This guide has detailed descriptions along with like the flavor profiles and when each type is really in season. So there you are. That is veritablevegetable.com/citrus-guide, veritablevegetable.com/citrus-guide. I think that's fun to say, veritable vegetable.
Very nicely done.
Thank you. This hour's bookmark this. And very quickly, I wanted to share with you this portion of the show is brought to you by my new line of pirate merchandise for our visual viewers. I'm showing one of the t-shirts. Why can I never get this straight? Because I'm holding it wrong. There you go. And I have hats, t-shirts, mugs, tote bags, and stickers. And I hope you'll check it out by going to onlinetonight.com/store. Only the 3 first t-shirts are up there. The other things are coming. The mugs, the hats, caps, baseball caps, t-shirts, and stickers. Those will be up on the store within the next 2 weeks, hopefully before the end of the month. So there you go. That's the end of the bookmark this, by the way.
Online tonight.
I'm not even going to bother with that. By the way, 1-800-39-ONLINE is our toll-free telephone number if you want to get in and get some free tech support. 1-800-396-6546. That dials right into our broadcast Bionics Caller One system. Fantastic. If you want to learn about that and how it might help your business or your podcast or anything like that, let me know. The coolest thing about it is I can take the entire studio. I have my automation in a box. I have my microphones in a box. And now I have my phone system in a box. And I can take them anywhere in the country. As long as I have internet, I can do the entire show and still take your calls. So very, very cool. Food news. I don't get to do food news very often, so I'm kind of excited about this one. And I really had no skin in the game, so to speak. You'll understand the joke in a minute because some people don't like skin on their chicken. Some people get boneless or skinless chicken breasts. Oh, I gave it away. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts, right? Okay. A federal judge has just ruled that Buffalo Wild Wings can continue keeping their menu item boneless wings. Apparently, somebody tried to sue him. John Tharp said the product is essentially I guess that's the judge. It doesn't say that in my notes. It just says John Tharp. I'm going to say he's probably the judge. said the product is essentially chicken nuggets, but the term boneless wings is widely understood by consumers. There's no product confusion. Chicken wings are white meat. Chicken nuggets, in most cases, could be white meat. I don't really know what's in chicken.
Or gray meat.
I've seen the pink paste, so I don't really know. But it could be made out of white meat. Chicken wings are white meat. Chicken nuggets could be white meat. The boneless chicken wings, the boneless wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, I believe, are 100% white meat. Apparently, somebody in Illinois, Mr. Halim, filed a lawsuit in the Illinois Consumer Fraud Act and said that this was marketing hijinks. It was a lie. Anyway, he argued that customers expect deboned chicken wings rather than chicken nuggets.
Have you ever had a deboned chicken wing?
I don't even know what a deboned chicken wing is. Describe it to me.
That would be the chicken wing meat cut off the bone. Can you imagine having, that would be so
like
difficult.
A pulled pork sandwich. So like a pulled pork sandwich. It would be just strips of stuff.
Any other piece of chicken, if you cut it off the bone,
yeah,
that's reasonable. But cutting a chicken wing off the bone
gives you little strips, little chunks.
But they're such small pieces. I mean,
well, have you ever had like a chopped pork sandwich
yes, but what I'm saying is, would you ever have the expectation that you were receiving deboned chicken wings in a restaurant to dip in sauce or covered in sauce or in a wing restaurant? I want my wings deboned.
I that's what his argument was. It seems like a flimsy argument, and the judge obviously said this is nonsense. Nobody wants little bits of, I've taken the meat out of a chicken wing myself, especially the flatties, and it's just a little thing, and it's not appetizing if it's not all together. But a chicken nugget, I have a chicken nugget, I dip it into hot sauce, or I dip it into sweet and sour sauce or whatever. I get it. I don't know why this person was so offended by it. It's still chicken.
I admit that I have scoffed at the use of the term boneless wings before because they are not wings. But I understand it. I understand the reference. They're a wings restaurant. They're not McDonald's. They don't want to call them nuggets. They don't want to be kids' meals. They want to serve people something that's a little easier to eat that still has the same sauce on it. I get it.
I get it. I get it too. And I think the judge had the right attitude, and that is the reasonable person, a reasonable consumer, are not confused by this. They're not misled by this. It's still chicken. It's still white meat chicken in most cases, which is what a wing is. The court noted that the phrase boneless wings is common. It's been around for more than 20 years. Why is this only coming up now? The plaintiff is, of course, allowed to amend their complaint and submit additional facts by March 20th. Buffalo Wild Wings publicly celebrated the decision and said the menu name will remain. I don't think they even took it off the menu during the court case. The ruling referenced a decision from the Ohio Supreme Court about common menu wording and consumer expectations. I don't think this was complicated at all. If you missed any portion of the show, don't forget you can head over to onlinetonight.com, look for show number 2099. This is hour 1. We have all the show notes there. You can listen to the audio archive. You can subscribe to the podcast. You can check out our store, onlinetonight.com/store. Stay tuned.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
One minute past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
One minute, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Two minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Two minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Three minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Three minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Four minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Four minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Five minutes past the hour. 60 seconds to live.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
5 minutes, 30 seconds past the hour. 30 seconds to live.
This is Online Tonight.
Online Tonight is live and on the air at 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
All right, welcome to Hour 2 on this wintry Saturday. This is Online Tonight, episode number 2099. I am Max Smart, and we're here to talk about tech, pop culture, and pretty much anything else that pops up into my head. Coming up this hour, of course, we've got our Geek Speak, our Bookmark This, issues with some tech companies this week, new things to look out for on Apple TV, and our review of Rental Family. But more importantly, I am here to answer your tech questions. Think of me as your free tech support. Pretty much anything. There are no such thing as dumb questions, silly questions. You're fairly anonymous when you call in, so remember that, and you might help somebody else. So give me a call on our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE. You startled me. 1-800-396-6546 is the toll-free telephone number that dials right into our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system. If you want to talk about that too, I'm happy to do that. Fantastic. I like you to call the 800 number best because I always have questions. You can be my eyes and ears. We can kind of work it out together. Again, I always have follow-up questions. Victoria's taking your calls, just going through your texts and your emails and chats on the socials, on the YouTube and the Twitch. You can send me an email if you're not listening live. show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW@onlinetonight.com. And we have a text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. That number again, 951-395-1017. Before we jump into companies that were having some trouble this week, this portion of the show is brought to you by Anker. They announced their Nano Charger with Smart Display at CES in January. It features a tiny screen, 180-degree foldable prongs, and it can identify the exact phone model connected to it so that it can deliver the right amount of power. It also has some special features to keep the battery cooler than some of the competing 45-watt chargers. You can check out all Anker products by visiting our website at onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/anchor. And the show is also brought to you by my new line of pirate-themed merchandise. I have T-shirts, I have stickers, I have mugs, I have tote bags, baseball caps. You can check those out by visiting onlinetonight.com/store. Right now, only the 3 T-shirts are up there, but more's coming. And more's coming, and just keep an eye on that, onlinetonight.com/store. All right, it was a bad week for YouTube. YouTube experienced a global outage. Global, not just in the States or in Canada or in Brazil. It was everywhere. On Tuesday, around 8 p.m. Eastern Time, it prevented videos from appearing on the platform, and that means When I went to look at them on my Apple TV, it didn't work. When I looked at it on my phone, it didn't work. When I looked at it on my iPad, it didn't work. When I looked at it on my MacBook Pro, it didn't work. So I thought, oh, maybe it's just me. And I went to one of my Windows machines. Guess what? Didn't work there either. The problem was caused by an issue with YouTube's recommendation system. The outage affected multiple services, including the main site, the YouTube app, YouTube Music, YouTube Kids, and YouTube TV. So if you're paying that $80 a month to get YouTube TV, you are also out of luck. Some users had trouble logging into YouTube TV. I had trouble. It kept asking me to log in, and no matter what I did, it wouldn't do it. So the company shared updates through the Team YouTube account and a support page. So at least those were working. About 2.5 hours later, the issue was resolved and the services returned to normal. Outage Tracker, which is a down detector, they recorded more than 1.6 million users reporting issues within 24 hours. Roughly half of the reports claimed that the issue was in the United States, though some users were from other countries. Other major internet outages in recent months have involved companies like Verizon, Microsoft, and TikTok. Last week, we talked to you about Seedance and how it is fairly incredible. You may have seen the video online of Tom Cruise battling Brad Pitt on a rooftop or whatever, and that was all done through AI. Well, Netflix apparently isn't having any of it. They have threatened ByteDance, who is the creator of Seedance 2.0, with immediate legal action. Netflix sent a cease and desist letter demanding its intellectual property be removed from training data and stronger protections to be added. Apparently, this is because of something that showed up within Seedance that was Stranger Things related or something that wasn't very specific with the cease and desist. The cease and desist was much broader than just one specific IP. The company claimed the AI tool generates unauthorized derivative content using its shows and characters. Netflix had some examples like Stranger Things, Squid Games, and Bridgerton. Other studios like the Walt Disney Company, Paramount Global, and Warner Brothers have also criticized the service. Netflix argued that AI systems act like a high-speed privacy engine, producing mass unauthorized content. The company gave ByteDance 3 days to respond before further legal action. ByteDance, as you know, is a Chinese company. They owned TikTok in the U.S. up until recently when it was transferred over to the Oracle and the other consortium of U.S.-owned companies. They said that they plan to add additional guardrails to prevent copyright and likeness violations. Seedance 2.0 reportedly represents a major leap in AI video generation, producing clips with video and audio from simple text prompts. On the AI track, more AI news. A Hollywood-focused startup called Lightbar is proposing an AI bounty. They're creating bounty hunters, basically, to detect misuse in film and TV content by AI. The system allows users to test AI tools and submit content that may replicate copyrighted characters or material without authorization. Submissions are reviewed by moderators, and users receive small payments for verified findings. So you can submit some. It's kind of like the old days when we used to do bug bounties for software. If you found a bug and the software company could replicate it, like Adobe or Apple or Sun or somebody like that, Sun Microsystems when they were around, then you would get a fee, a bounty. Lightbar was founded by an anonymous entrepreneur with a fintech background. Fintech, that's financial technical. So, and those people make a lot of money, by the way. If you're looking for a technology career, fintech is definitely something that you might want to get into, but you need to have a good accounting background and be good with numbers. So it's not like just regular AI. It's a whole thing. The startup aims to help studios track IP usage across AI platforms and explore gray areas like describing characters without naming them. Early proof of concept testing involved content linked to Paramount Global and Warner Brothers. Lightbar hopes studios will hire it to gather evidence supporting lawsuits, settlements, and licensing agreements with these AI developers. The initiative comes amid ongoing tension between Hollywood and tech companies over generative AI and copyright claims. As you know, Disney recently did a deal with OpenAI, I think, and then turned around and sued Google. The viral AI, if you haven't already seen it, clip of the fight is with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and it was very realistic, and it really kind of got a lot of people concerned about the future of Hollywood and likenesses and creative rights. Lightbar's founder warned the industry could face a Napster moment if AI copyright disputes escalate. And just briefly, in case you don't know what Napster is, Napster came around, I believe, in the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, and they made sharing music online explode because they had all these MP3s, and people would share their MP3s, and then other people could share their MP3s, and they could trade them or they could download them. It led to a lot of piracy issues. And this is one of the reasons why Steve Jobs came up with iTunes at 99 cents, was to help combat this whole Napster thing. As the RIAA was suing them, Apple was creating a revenue stream for the labels. Hey, it's Online Tonight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. Sumerian Collection.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. That's 800-908-3082.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my Grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Geek Speak. Geek Speak.
All right, this hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English. Right before your very ears is an acronym, CDFS. I'll give you all that information in just a moment. This portion of the show is brought to you by Govee. Govee introduced some new things at CES this year, including their new Lumen Blend Plus color system. This color management system features a new 16-bit precision chip for smoother, more precise color transitions, and industry-leading 1000K to 10,000K. That would be 1 million to 10 million color temperature range. Isn't that what that means? If you have 10,000K, all right, I'll just use their words. 1000K to 10,000K color temperature range. Govee also has a new partnership with Samsung SmartThings. You can learn more about Govee products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/Govee, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE. I'm just curious because I think my color temperatures go from, what is that? What is this here? Let's just see. That is 6,000. Oh gosh, that's terrible. To 2,900. All right. Okay. I guess I need to learn how that works. The color temperatures. Anyway, now CDFS, or compact disc file system. Earlier we talked about disk images, and I was just looking at a CD the other day, and I remember that we, when I was at Next and some of these other companies, we were burning CDs and DVDs for the operating systems, and we used a format from the Red Book. And that's really what this is. So this might be a little more technical than you need to, but just like your computer has a file system, whether it's Windows, where they had FAT32 or NTFS. On a Macintosh, we had HFS, and now we have APFS. These are all different file systems. If you're into RAIDs and Linux machines, then you would know the EXTFS or the BFS for some RAIDs and things like that. A CD has that too. It's called the ISO 9660 file system. It's used for storing data on a CD. So while CDFS was originally designed for read-only single-session disks, an extension of the standard allows multi-session writing to a CDR, which means you can have multiple tracks, but you only have to write one track at a time. So that's pretty cool. The CDFS standard is useful for burning disks that will be shared between multiple computers because CDFS is not specific to any particular operating system. Have you ever put in a Macintosh formatted thumb drive into a Windows machine? It says, would you like to erase this thumb drive? No, you're not going to have that problem with CDs. A disk burned on a Macintosh using the compact disk file system will be read on a Windows, Linux, or a Sun-based or any other computer. So that's very cool as well. So that is this hour's Geek Speak CDFS.
Online tonight.
All right, phone lines are open, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. That goes right into our Broadcast Bionics Caller 1 system, and that way you can get some free tech support. Don't forget, you can follow me on X and Instagram. I use the same account name on both platforms, at Max Smart Radio, at Max Smart Radio. Miss Victoria.
We have a listener question, which came to us in a text from Paula in Pomona.
Alliteration, but you put an N in there.
Okay, I know you don't do printer troubleshooting.
Uh-oh.
So this is more like a general question about something annoying with printers in general. Why do they refuse to print black and white documents when one of the colors is low or out?
All right. I bet you think the reason is so they can make you buy more ink. That's probably what you're thinking. And in some cases, that's probably true, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But let me tell you one of the reasons why the machine says, you're out of ink, I'm going to stop printing. And that is the print head uses heat to create these little droplets that go through the nozzle and onto the paper. And if there's no ink there to heat, what is it heating? And it might damage something. And in an extreme case, it might even catch on fire. Now, that seems kind of stretching it a little bit, but there is possibly a safety concern involved here. And that is one of the reasons why some printers will refuse to print. I like that you said, why won't it just let me print a black and white? The other thing that you probably don't know about printer technology is the black ink is not really black. It's kind of a darkish gray color. But what makes it black is the combination of other colors like cyan, magenta, and yellow layered on top of that darker gray to make those brighter blacks. So even though you have a black ink cartridge, it's using the other colors to create that black for you, even though you didn't know it. That's how the printer works. They want to distribute the usage of the ink or create a better image for you by combining different inks. And if they're not there, then you're not going to get it. If you just print it out, if you truly could print out a black ink, there's no white ink, by the way, in your printer unless you have a very special printer. There's no white. So the white comes from the paper, which is why people get regular white or bright white. But if you were to print it on light blue paper, there's no white ink. So you don't have white ink in most cases. So that black on bright white paper is going to look like a gray. It's going to look like because it doesn't have the other colors layered in with it to make it a sharp black. So it's called composite black printing, by the way. Routine maintenance. Printers often use small amounts of color ink for calibration and cleaning the nozzles to prevent clogging, even for black-only jobs. Yeah, it might run a cycle before. This is the one that makes me mad. I check the levels on my printer before I even start my print, and it says the levels are fine. This happens especially on my Canon. And the Canon decides, I'm going to run a quick little, make sure all of my heads are clean and that everything is flowing nicely. And then it runs out of ink, and then it refuses to print. You had enough ink to print my job. Why are you throwing it in the trash, basically? So some printers, like Epson, has this temporary moment where it will print things. But I don't know. Maybe changing the settings. So maybe if you went to draft mode, that would turn off your color checking. But that is in a very specific case. And it's not just to sell you more ink, even though I'm sure that's how most of these printer companies make their money. They sell the printer at a loss. They make it up on the ink costs. But there is a safety issue, and they want you to get the black ink that you're used to, which you wouldn't get if you only used the black-only cartridge. So there you are. If you're not listening live and you want to submit a question like Paula from Pomona did, you can email the show or you can text. The email is show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW@onlinetonight.com, and the text voicemail number is 951-395-1017, 951-395-1017. It's Online Tonight. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Urns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Urns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvurns.com.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lick and Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are going to love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lick and Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and of course, on their website at vitacraft.us.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. LoveYourMindToday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
When the wolf?
Oh, a wolf.
Ooh! What about the tiny dog? Cat? Owl? Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale?
Whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
We're on the air live tonight. 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546 is the number.
Online tonight.
And I'm here tonight to stand up for the rights of other nerds.
There you go. Got to turn the microphone on. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Max Smart. Name of the show is Online Tonight. Use our broadcast Bionics Caller 1 system using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. That's the best way for you to get free tech support. That's what I love to do, is help you out. You can also reach me by text and email and voicemail. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com. And the text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. Before we jump into our movie review, I want to share with you that I have teamed up with Swag to the Max to create my new line of pirate t-shirts and swag. See what I did there? You can find them by going to onlinetonight.com/store, onlinetonight.com/store. The 3 shirts are up, and then we'll be adding hats, like baseball caps, mugs, tote bags, and stickers. All right? Now, here is our movie review.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
I am Max.
I'm Victoria.
All right, and I want to share with you very quickly our thoughts. Not very quickly. We have plenty of time. I just finished watching The Mummy from like 1980, whatever, 1990, whatever. Not the one with Tom Cruise, but the one with Brendan Fraser in it. So then Miss Victoria says to me, hey, we're going to watch Rental Family, rated PG-13 on Hulu. And who does it have in it as the lead actor? Brendan Fraser. And his acting style has definitely changed a lot.
Well, Rental Family, I think, is the first movie he did after he won an Oscar.
What did he win the Oscar for?
The Whale? We haven't seen it.
Oh, no, we didn't see that. But I think that this movie could be a awards contender.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's beautifully shot. Quickly, the premise. An actor moves from America to Japan, and he's lived in Japan for 7 years. He made it famous at the very beginning doing a toothpaste commercial. Like, everybody knows him from the toothpaste commercial. But then he was also in, like, a pirate movie. And he's still auditioning for things. And he auditioned for this new detective show or something that really is so brief that I forgot what the actual part was. But while he's waiting for work, he ends up finding out about this rental family. His agent says, hey, you're going to go to this funeral, and you're going to be the sad white guy at this job.
I don't think she even told him what he was supposed to do.
No,
He
didn't.
walked in, and it was a funeral.
Yeah. And the guy who was putting this funeral together, and the funeral is one of the few comedic moments in this entire thing. So normally you think of Brendan Fraser movies as being funny. Like George of the Jungle, The Mummy, there's some comedic stuff there. He was in that one with the weird monkey. Remember this one?
Monkey.
Yeah, they had like a cartoon type of
Monkey
world.
Bones or something like
Yeah,
that.
it might have been. And so he's normally funny. I find him to be funny. Even in Land of the Lost or whatever.
Wasn't he in Encino Man, or was that somebody else?
No, that was Pauly Shore. Anyway, what are your thoughts?
I really like this movie, and not just because it was set in Japan, and I like seeing scenes of Japan, but because it's a little bit of a fish out of water story, but not fully, because like you said, he's lived there for 7 years. He speaks Japanese. He knows the culture, but he's learning a lot about this rental family concept. He hasn't encountered that before in the time that he's been there. And he embraces it, but in a different way than the Japanese people who work there. To them, it's just an acting job kind of thing. They go and they do what they're supposed to do, and then they go home. And he gets very ingrained into the lives of the people that he does roles for, most of them, a lot of them. And, in some cases, it's the person is hiring a friend and, maybe they're hiring a stand-in parent or they're hiring, a fake boyfriend or whatever. But he really wants to help the people. And so to him, it's more of, and I think part of the reason is he's alone. So it's benefiting him by being around these people because they kind of become his family.
You say he's alone. However, it's weird in that he also, even before he found out about the rental family business, that's the name of the family, rental family. You can rent people to, go to your wedding and be a guest or be in your wedding. You can rent people to come to your home and play a video game. You can just meet at the park and have a chat or a coffee. There's a lot of different levels to this, and none of it is like adult related, right? But even before he found out about the rental family business that he ended up working for a while, he was in a way working with a similar service type person in that he had a girlfriend that he basically rented before he even knew that this was a bigger thing for regular people and not just lonely men, so to speak. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You want to reword that in a better way?
Sure. No, I think you did fine.
Okay. All right. So then he learns that people just for all kinds of reasons, like in Japan, there's this thing where if you get to a certain age and you're a female and you're not married, then you are named this name. And I'm not even going to try it because it's a Japanese word that I don't know. And so in this particular movie, this girl hires rental family, hires the white guy, right, played by Brendan Fraser, to marry her. And the excuse is he's from Canada. And so once we get married, then we're going to move to Canada because that's where he's from. And she hires him to do this to make her parents happy, to save face, in her community. And then she moves to America and, is with someone completely different. This service apparently is widely available. You looked it up and you said there was what, like thousands of these companies?
I think I said more than 300 of them.
Oh,
but
that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, final words.
Like I said, I really liked this movie. I felt it was really wholesome and heartwarming and kind of, you can see a lot of character growth, and I really like his new acting style.
Okay, so the story, this is not like The Mummy. This is not like George of the Jungle. This is not like any of those action films that you might have seen in it. This is fairly slow-paced. But as a filmmaker, if you are interested in filmmaking, the visuals are beautiful. Japan, the shots they got are fantastic. The relationship that he has with his coworkers, with his agent, with some of his clients, there is so much going on that it is just like unbelievable, some of the situations that he puts himself in. And then, there's some prejudice against him because he's a foreigner, and I guess that happens in every country that you go to, and he has to deal with that. So we're talking about, what is the name of this thing? Rental Family. I want to make sure I get it right. Rated PG-13, so there's no real language. There's some kissing and some implied relations, but there's nothing graphic about it, and it's available on Hulu. All right.
He did play the caveman in Encino Man.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
What else has he been in?
He has been in Son-in-Law, Airheads.
That was goofy.
Glory Days, Now and Then, George of the Jungle, as you said, Blast from the Past, Dudley Do-Right. He played Dudley Do-Right.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Bedazzled. Remember that one with Elizabeth Hurley? Dickie Roberts.
You don't see the monkey one?
Oh, and yeah, Monkey Bone and Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, that's the one I meant.
That's where we met him.
I think I said lost in whatever.
Yeah, we met him there.
And was he nice?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's changed a little bit. You know, as we get older, I guess we decide to stop yelling. He was kind of a yeller back in the day. Like you said, Tom Hanks was a yeller. Mm-hmm. Brendan was. Now he's very soft-spoken and I think's really grown as an actor.
I give it a 4.5.
4.5. I will join you with a 4.5. We're talking about Rental Family, rated PG-13, available on Hulu. What are you watching? What should we watch? Maybe you can help us pick a flashback. It's online tonight. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go!
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
The Native community is big for me. Makes me feel good to pass on our Arapaho traditions. My kids love going up to the Sundance. I like to tell people the Sundance is about family. It's about the tribe. It's not just about the dancer. It's kind of like life. As a Sundancer, I'm just one spoke in the wheel. I need my family there. I need my role models. I need my people there, especially my children. You know, coming in that door, my family is ready to see me and they believe in me. Before, I'd never seen that from my people. But now when I walk in that door and I see those smiling faces and they're happy to see me, that's special. With my 4 kids, all I ask for them in Arapaho ways is health and happiness. Nothing more, nothing less.
Never stop being a dad. That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything.
helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, bookmark this, where we give you a website that we hope you find fun, educational, or entertaining. Hey, somebody gave me that information about Govee via text. I usually think in bits and bytes. That K doesn't stand for kilobits or kilobytes or any of that. I'll tell you what that is right after this. Bookmark this. History.com/articles/Lent-history. History.com/articles/Lent-history. I'm not Catholic, so that is the first thing. I'm not really sure what Lent was. Ash Wednesday was the last week, which means we have now entered Lent. But maybe you're like me, and every year, about 40 days before Easter, your wife starts making you eat fish on Fridays. It's not because we live in Ireland and we want to eat fish while it's fresh. Yes, I had that growing up. My mom was a whole thing about fish on Fridays when we lived in Ireland during my childhood. But now I hear about this thing called Lent. And if you're not sure what it is, like I wasn't really sure what it was, this site can help you find out all about it, all the background, what the basics are, back in my day, we said people put dirt on their heads. We didn't know what it was. I was 6. So you can find out all about that, what it means, how it works, what Fat Tuesday is, etc. I do know that on Easter Sunday, I will be up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning to go to sunrise service. Maybe. Depends on if I get taken to the other building. That is history.com/articles/Lent-history history.com/articles/Lent-history. I put the link in the book in the show notes, so look for episode number 2099, hour 2. That is this hour's Bookmark This, brought to you by Paramount Plus. The amount of new content on Paramount Plus this month is almost criminal. That's because they have crime shows of every type. They're right there in the forefront. So you've got disasters, true crime, Wild Boys, Strangers in Town, and more. You can find out all Paramount Plus has to offer by going to our website, onlinetonight.com/stream, onlinetonight.com/STREAM. There you go. That's that.
Online Tonight.
And back immediately, because earlier I gave you a Govee ad, and we talked about the 1000K to 10,000K color temperature thing. I thought K stand for kilobyte or kilobits. It's not. It stands for Kelvin. And Kelvin is a measure or some kind of chart that outlines the color temperature of a light. So at 1,000, it looks like a candlestick. At 6,000, it looks like bright. And at 10,000, it's like super bright blue and very intense. So it's Kelvin, Kelvin, not kilobytes or kilobits. I immediately, because I'm like a hard drive storage person, I see people write 1,000 gigabits. Well, that's a terabit, right? 1,000 G. There's a comma. That's the next one up. Anyway, so sometimes marketing is weird that way, and I want to know exactly what it is. So that's where my brain goes. You know where else my brain goes? Entertainment. And when I was a kid, my dad was my coach for my soccer team. So occasionally I like to watch Major League Soccer. Starting February 21st, which I believe is today, you can now watch the 2026 Major League Soccer season on Apple TV. And it's available in over 100 countries. MLS matches will have no blackouts or additional fees. The previous season pass was $15 a month or $99 for the year, but that has been removed for this year. So if you're paying the basic Apple TV subscription video fee, you're going to get that. And all 30 MLS teams are there. So they've got the MLS is back weekend. Most season openers happen today, so you may have missed them. But now you have something you can watch. Hold on. Some of the featured matchups called the Walmart Saturday Showdown will include enhanced production and shot on iPhone moments from dramatic angles. Fans can track scores, stats, and standings via the Apple Sports app, which provides live activities with real-time updates. Additional content includes curated Apple Music playlists, match day guides in Apple Maps, and MLS Hub on Apple Podcast, and MLS coverage in Apple News. So Apple is definitely all in on MLS, and as a basic subscriber now, you can watch the entire season for 2026 if you want to get your, as we say in Britain, football on. Apple has announced some new shows and movies on Apple TV. I guess we'll continue on that. Apple announced 12 new shows and films coming to Apple TV in 2026. They dropped the plus, and so that confused some people. Apple TV 4K is now the hardware device, and Apple TV is the service that provides you with series, movies, and other video type content. Some new series, Imperfect Woman, starts March 18th. It's a psychological thriller starring Elizabeth Moss, Kerry Washington, and Kate Mara. Margot's Got Money Troubles, starting April 15th. Hey, that's tax day. Funny. It's a family dramedy starring Elle Fanning, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Nick Offerman. I just saw Michelle Pfeiffer in Dark Shadow with Johnny Depp as a Collins in a vampire movie. Widow's Bay, April 29th. It's a horror comedy set in a cursed New England island town, and it stars Matthew Rhys. I think that's how you say his last name, R-H-Y-S. Is that right, Mr.?
I think it might be Reese.
Reese. Oh, okay. Matthew Reese. I apologize, Matthew. If you want to come on the show sometime and scold me, that would be great. 1-800-39-ONLINE. And Miss Victoria will take your call, and we'll get you scheduled. Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed starts May 20th. It's a dark comedy. It's a dark comedic thriller. We'll go from there. Cape Fear, which might be based on a movie, which I believe was based on a book. It is inspired by the 1991 film starring Amy Adams, Patrick Wilson, and Javier Bardem. There are a bunch of others. There's some films that will be coming, like Eternity, Outcome, The Dink, Mayday, Matchbox, the movie, which is an action-adventure inspired by Mattel's Matchbox toys. And, of course, John Cena is in that movie. If it's toy-related and wrestling-related, then John is probably going to be there. And then one more movie, Way of the Warrior Kid. That comes out in November. It's a drama. Hey, don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can head over to onlinetonight.com, where you can check out today's show notes. This is episode number 2099. You can get the audio archive right from the website. You can subscribe to the podcast. There's links to take you to the YouTube and Twitch archives. And please check out the store for the new t-shirts, onlinetonight.com/store.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.